Then I walked into a Subway. I said, "Hey, you lady making the sandwiches." She's like, "What you want?" I'm like, "I got more toenails than you have teeth. Go fuck yourself. Have a nice day somewhere else." And I walked out. I didn't care. I didn't care.
I have spared your wretched planet, Cybertron, and now its residents shall witness its dismemberment. Rise, my podcast. Serve your new master well. All hail Unicron.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to All Hail Unicron, episode 38. I am your host, Oscar Alonso. Very tired, fatigued host. What a Monday. And hopefully Dustmightz hasn't blocked me on Facebook. And joining me tonight are two other members of the Furious Four. Tonight, Robert D will not be joining us because of pelvic pains. But of course, coming to my left, he's everyone's favorite Mad Professor, the repairer of broken toys everywhere, except his own proton pack, because he just plays Nickelback when he uses it. The one you only missed, the T2RX6, Justin.
That's horrible. That's fate worse than death.
Yeah,
I'd be like, yeah, take it out, and I'm like, does it work? I'm like, yeah, it plays Nickelback, and everyone's like, oh.
Okay. Look at this proton pack. Every time I look, it makes me sad. Shipping was like $50.
By the way,
your lights are busted up.
Your Spider-Man thing that you posted in our chat, I forwarded that one to my friends, and I got a good laugh elsewhere.
Which Spider-Man was it?
The Amazon Spider-Man with that crabby sad face. Oh man, amazing.
Yeah, I'm just a sad Peter Parker. And joining us is also everyone's favorite Hail Hasbro champion, the one, the only, the purveyor of Marvel Legends. The thank Lord they're still making Fortnite figures. The cries himself to sleep because the Overwatch figures are no longer made. Mr. Matthew Deluxe Baldwin.
Well, hey there, everybody. Man, my abdomen hurts tonight, but I'm here.
Gotcha, bitch. That's a special guest
so
tonight.
Perfect. Oh, if Matt can't make it, we can always use this. It's perfect.
Yeah, he is our special guest tonight. He is one of the 6 listeners of the show. The one, the only, Mr. Rich. We're going to be getting you on soon, Joe S. Don't worry about that. But he's got questions that he's asked since July of last year that we are getting around to. So we're like, hey, man, why don't you come on? And then Rich is like, only if you like my Baldwin impression. And he did it. Fucking nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
Matt is not joining us tonight because he is suffering severe rectal pain because of a ruptured prostate. Him and Robert, coincidence?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to let you make the call on that. Because, you know, Matt was all like, I'm going to go up there to New York and be like, hey, Little Italy's stupid. And then Robert's going to be like, I'm going to fuck you in the butt because I'm a lawyer. Ah! And they fucked.
This sounds exactly how it all played out.
Exactly.
Yeah, verbatim.
Word for word.
Mm-hmm.
Word for word. So, our beginning of the show, as always, Rich, since you're one of our few faithful listeners, we always start off with anybody get anything, and because you're our guest of honor, you go first. Rich, what'd you get this week?
Since you've been born, tell us what you've got.
No. No.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what I got in like the last 2 weeks or so. How's that?
That's fine.
Okay.
Well, I had previously gotten Fans Toys Trailbreaker, but I forgot that I pre-ordered Hasbro or Takara's MP Trailbreaker through Nick the Toy Guy until I got a message saying, hey, your Trailbreaker's here. I need the rest of your payment. So kind of accidentally got 2 of the same character there.
Oh, you pulled a Robert D. Look, he's filling in for Robert, too.
Yeah, I guess I did. I just not the same release, same character, though.
You just have to use really big words I don't know the meaning to.
Mm-hmm.
And then I could be like, Rich, you need to church it up, man. My IQ is like 76. I'm slightly smarter than a toaster.
Slightly.
I might have to make some big words up then. The other thing I got, and this is not typical. This might sound weird since it's most of what I got. I got basically 4 things. The other 3 things were scripts. G1 scripts. And one of them, nothing too special. It's the Insecticon Syndrome, but it's signed by the writer, Douglas Booth.
Okay.
The script isn't too special because it's already posted on like the Sunbow Marvel archive out there. But it was autographed by him, and I kind of collect autographs of the G1 folks especially, so I was like, I don't have a script autographed by him, and the guy marked the price down on eBay, so it was like, under $40 shipped, and I was like, I'd spend $40 on an autograph anyway, so.
Yeah, not bad. So you collect autographs. Do you also collect locks of hairs from your female victims you drag from underneath the interstate when you sleep at night?
I mean, the ones that have hair.
Yeah.
They're bald by choice, so.
He won't touch me. I got no hairs.
I mean, if you burn them off first, it's hard to collect a sample too. So there's that. I also got 2 other scripts. It's part 2 and part 3 of 5 Faces of Darkness.
Nice.
And I haven't gone through page by page yet, so I think they're still not special in the sense that those particular copies, which are final drafts, are out on the archive, the Sunbow archive, but these came from Wally Burr's estate. So they're Wally Burr's copies. So they're like old yellow pieces of paper, and they've got his pencil and highlighter, yellow and blue highlighter throughout, where he made notes from the recordings. So those are kind of cool.
Question,
to me, anyway.
Because I'm not really I don't have all the G1 cartoon episodes memorized. 5 Faces of Death, that's the beginning multi-parts episode from season 3, right?
Yeah, did I say 5 Faces of Death? Sorry, 5 Faces of Darkness.
5 Faces. Okay, that's bro. Come on, what I just tell you? I thought that was a legit title for it too. It's okay.
I said that.
Do you have the script where Rodimus Prime's like, I gotta talk to the Primes, and then unalives himself out of nowhere in front of Springer? Like, Rodimus, what are you doing? Oh, I gotta talk to the Primes.
I can't remember what day that's in. If it's in part 2, 3, I don't remember. But all 5 of the scripts are on the archive. So if you really wanted to go see how that was all written out, you could, I believe.
Okay. Right on.
So yeah. So I don't typically get stuff like that in, but those 2 I wanted. And I think I got a good deal on them because the guy didn't know what he had, so he just put Transformers Day 2 script. He didn't put the name of the episode or anything, and then he put it up as Transformers Day 3 script from the estate of Wally Burr, so.
Pretty cool.
Right on.
Yeah, so that's it for me.
Okay, wow, okay.
What'd you get, Oscar?
Well, I go last, number 1, sir. Don't tell me how to run my show. Thank you. Okay, our show. Our show.
I thought I was a fan. I don't know what's going on.
I mean...
you didn't know Oscar was such a dick, did you?
I can be such a bitch sometimes. I swear to God. So Justin, what'd you get this week?
Nothing. So what'd you get, Oscar?
Okay, so I guess it is my turn.
See, Rich knew.
There I was. It was a warm, humid Florida day in February, because that is the truth. It's not a hyperbole in any way, people listening. If you live down here, you know it's basically summer because it's almost March.
Mm.
Well, it's March at the time of this recording. So there I go into Walmart. I got my gloves on. I got my mask on. And for extra protection, I'm also wearing a condom.
Yeah,
I go, let me check this toy section. Because apparently the last time the toy section had something good for Transformers was when I magically found Justin Decepticon Crash figure, which ended up having a misaligned fucking number painted on there. So I go in there, and there it is. Like, out of nowhere, I see, is that a new Legacy figure? I approach a little bit. I'm like, oh my God, it's fucking Hotshot from Armada. This looks like shit.
I have that figure pre-ordered. Oh no.
So I guess I'm gonna buy it. So I picked it up. I get in the car. As soon as I get in the car, I got a little jittery. I got a little excited. I was like, oh wow. So I took a photo, and we had this private chat, Rich, where we basically send each other stupid videos. or when we make stupid videos. In my case, we also I have a nice habit, of just taking a picture and sending it to the guys in the chat. Like, oh, I just picked this bitch up right here. So it's fucking Armada Hotshot. Pick it up. I take it home. I take him out of the box. At first, it's like, oof, man, rough, man. Like, he's got a big old hood just hanging out in his back. Mess with him a little bit. And I'm going to say this, Justin, after having him now for a bit and messing with him a few times, I like it.
Okay, good.
I like it. He still has a little bazooka trick where the front axle, and I guess transaxles, it's probably attached to it, pops up, it turns into a bazooka. There's still the Minicon port, which, why that's there, I don't fucking know.
He doesn't come with the Minicon, right?
He did not, no.
Okay.
He came with the
He'll be a separate Legends release at the cost of $12.99.
Yes. I forgot, what was his name? Rotor?
Jolt, I think.
Jolt. Oh, what a bunch of nerds. Helicopter. Should have just agreed with me and said yes. And I'd be like, I knew stuff. No, but honestly, it's not bad. It does not so Rich, you've been listening, and our other listeners know I got a big thing for wrist articulation on Hasbro figures, right? Mm-hmm. If you can do the Super Saiyan pose, it's a good Hasbro figure. And by the Super Saiyan pose, I mean you bend the arms, you make the fist, and you turn the fist so that the fingers are facing up, and then you just have him stand there like he's about to go Super Saiyan, I believe, And it's like, oh, cool. But he can't do that. Mm. And then his transformation it's a little intuitive. I mean, he does have massive hollow problems on the inside of his legs. I could put a Marvel Legends head in there. So it's like, oh, there's my Spider-Man head. It was in fucking Hotshot's calf, But honestly, it's not bad. Like, transformed him a few times. Feel confident transformed. Nothing feels like it's gonna fucking break, and it looks good. And then I noticed, I'm like, wow, he's my first Armada figure. And then of course, I got hit by Mack Truck. By Mack Truck, I mean my little 25-pound German coolie named Grimlock came bum rushing me to give me kisses because my wife just came home. And it dawned on me like, oh shit, I got the Armada Starscream too. So I'm like, I need one more Armada piece, but I don't want another Optimus Prime. I don't. But what I do want, and I'm on the hunt for now, is the fans' hobby, Megatron from Armada.
It's a good piece.
That's
looks like it'll probably be good.
One I'm going to save up for, and I'm going to be on the hunt though, because they did that. I know they did the Armada Megatron, and they did the Armada Galvatron.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both look nice actually.
They do. They look really nice. And I just loved in the cartoon, because I could only watch so many episodes of the cartoon because I hated the human characters. But it's like the weird power upgrade happens to Megatron. He's like, oh, no, I'm Galvatron. It's like, what? What? Why? Why'd you change your name? But, yeah, so that's all I got this week. I did also pick up Marvel Legend Into the Spider-Verse Prowler. I like the design of that character from the movies. I thought the figure looked great. I picked him up, got a steal, 20 ship. So I was like, cool, I'll take it. He looks great. What else did I get? I also got this is like probably the fourth McFarlane toy I own. Gold label Eradicator Superman.
Nice.
And of course, he does not stand up at all unless you prop him up against something. Even with that stand he comes with, because the cape, that massively poorly sculpted cape, weighs more than the actual figure.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. That's it. That's all I got this week.
Very nice. More than I got this week. More than I got.
So, we're going to go on to our third-party news. Justin, did you give Rich the notes?
I did. Okay, he's all noted up.
So, gross. We got Kang's Toys Mini Gorilla Pants. Mm-hmm. So we all know Cang Toys has been based, and not the Marvel Cang, which I saw Ant-Man Quantumania, garbage.
Really? I haven't watched it yet.
It's bad. It is not good. We'll talk about that later in the discussions.
Okay.
So they're on a Legends kick. They released their dive bomb, and now they're showing a bunch of prototypes for the other members of the team. With it. Finally, it's like, wow, it took you motherfuckers like 2 years, but okay. Mm-hmm. Let's do this.
I've heard good things about both the big one and the mini one, so
I think it looks great.
I expect good things out of this, right? I've certainly seen worse gorillas. We'll talk about them a little bit later.
Yeah. So his name is Thor Mini. So already I like the name because I'm a big Thor fanboy because of the MCU, but I prefer the comic version over the, oh my god, I'm so funny because I'm Thor. But this is a really nice looking robot mode, and the beast mode looks great too. And just another testament of like how come, it shows that if you make it look good enough and it has a good reputation on quality, fans will pay in upwards of $45 to $50 to $70 at some point for a legend scale figure.
Or sometimes more than that, Omega Supreme.
Oh, that is just stupid prices. Jesus Christ. But yeah, it looks good. Scales well with his other members of the team.
Yep.
So far they have the Headstrong, they have the Tantrum, and they have the Die Bomb, and this makes Thor Mini. So we still got Rampage and Razor Claw. Wow.
Now my only gripe with this, and maybe it's just because it looks like maybe this is prototype, but he's too silver. I feel like he needs more color to him because a lot of him gets like completely washed out.
He is a prototype, Justin.
Yeah. So maybe he'll have more black paint apps and everything will be okay, and I can stop panicking. But right now he looks like the same color as the feet were, and I don't know if I like that, but we'll see. We shall see.
Spoken like a true rookie member of a third-party Unlimited page.
Yeah, what an asshole.
Shout out to Yule and his manly hair. Rich, what's your thoughts on Thor Mini compared to his other members of the Predacon set here?
So I don't have any of these on the full scale or the mini.
Me neither. I keep getting people who tell me that I should get the set, and I'm like, no, stop trying to peer pressure me into this. They're like, but it's good. I'm like, that's exactly what drug dealers say.
Just a taste, and then they got you.
I feel like, Justin, when they approach you, it's the same way they behave the same way Tim Meadows did in Walk Hard. He's like, you gotta try this third-party figure, Justin. No, I can't. I mean, it looks great because it is. It would really make me happy to own it. You will be. I just ain't got the money. You could just set aside cash every paycheck. But you have the sense of smell, so.
That does sound about how it would go.
It makes sex so much better, no.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't bought into them. I've been so tempted many times. But so far I have not picked them up. And I don't think I will.
I mean, Robert sent me the Dive Bomb Mini. And it's nice. It's just a bitch. It really does feel like you really have to do kids' gloves when transforming them.
Yeah.
As a Legends class. And I'm sure there's other people that are like, I ham hock mine all the time like I had 12 natty ice and smoked the blunt out in the front porch while the cops drove by. But it feels, I don't know, like I'm not sure if I want to be in on the rest of it. The Dive Bomb's nice. It sits by itself next to away from everything else where it belongs. But it's whatever. So what Predacon set do you have, Rich?
So I currently don't have any.
I
want an MP scale. I had the MMC, but they don't really scale right.
Nope.
Individually, they're closer, but combined, not even close.
The thing with that is that was the Chug days.
Yep.
When people were still buying Chug. Now there's like 6 of us, ironically, the same number of listeners we have, count it yourself, that still collect Chug. And they look great with Chug. They really do, but they don't look good with an MP.
I honestly feel like if you are in on all the legacy stuff, like, and the like Rise of the not Rise of the Beast, goddamn. What the fuck are they called? The
Velocitron.
Yeah, the I don't know what the Earthrise. Yeah, that's what it was. Like if you were in on like Earthrise and all that stuff, like I could very easily see. Like I actually thought about maybe the Chug stuff I have is worth more money now just because of like Rise of the Beast and like trying to fill in these holes for these characters again. I keep saying Rise of the Beast, Earthrise, because like we don't have a Chug scale. Well, no, they did do a Chug scale Predaking, didn't they? They did, but yeah, I mean, like you know what I'm saying. Like
Titan
you have,
class.
yeah, exactly. So, but like I feel like there's now these holes, in the Chug line that exist again because it's been popularized by what Hasbro has done. So I could see where MMC actually could maybe capitalize on putting out, their Predaking again, and maybe making some money off of that. So I had thought about the Jin Bao, I think it is, made like an oversized knockoff of the MMC, and I'm like, I really like the MMC. I could definitely see picking up the MMC one again if it was made bigger, but I don't really want the Jin Bao one. Honestly, I messed with their Bruticus, and I was not impressed. I just sold that off right away. So
I guess I have to go back a little. I forgot about that Titan set. Whatever it came out in. The Hasbro Titan set. I do have that still. It's in my list of stuff to sell, but I forgot I have that one.
Yeah.
And I've been tempted many times by Legend class figures, so I do appreciate the Cang's toys and our Cang toys and Zeta are doing the MP scale, and then they're also doing the Legend class.
I feel like Cang Toys and Zeta are the same company, if I'm honest with you. Just a hunch. Whether that's true or not, I don't know.
Such subterfuge when it comes to third-party figures, man. Like, it's like one designer leaves, it's like, fuck this company, I'm gonna start my own. And he starts his own, and then the rumor mill starts. Like, well, I hear they're TFC. Yeah.
I just feel like Zeta has gone by like six different names now. Like, I feel like somewhere along the way, if someone was like, oh yeah, that's Zeta, I'm like, oh, it doesn't surprise me, not even slightly. So.
All right. Well, moving on, we're going to talk about next here, still in the circle, Cang Toys Fingerprint Magnet. I raised an eyebrow, like, why did he call it that? And then the page just loaded. I'm like, oh, that's why.
Yep. He's a completely gold version of the Predaking. And I'm sure it looks beautiful. Actually, in my opinion, I don't like this nearly as much as I like the original release, if you ask me, because I think the original one is so interesting to look at, and then to do it all in gold is a little uninspiring to me. Like it's you lose all those like really cool details, and like I don't know. I mean, it's probably still a very impressive showpiece overall, but I don't know. It doesn't do it for me.
So hold up. So the hands combine to turn into a crab?
Yeah, I believe we knew that.
I did not.
Yeah.
I wasn't in on them, so I mean, I like the idea that the wolves transform into robots and they transform into feet. But I did not know the hands combine to form a crab.
Yeah, I think everything, so everything did something in this case.
This thing looks fucking obnoxious in gold.
Yeah. I just think it loses all the
crap.
detail too. It just that's the big issue for me, is it just loses absolutely every part of the detail that this amazing, impressive, large figure has. I just don't think it looks good in gold. I'm sure this is like I'm sure there's a large group of people that are like, yes, this is everything I love, but not me. Sorry.
This looks a lot like if someone bought this, they would be that neighbor that just got a new car and they're always washing it every weekend by going, hey, I just picked this up the other day. Got a hell of a deal on it. They were asking 35, talked them down to 20.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's what's up.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but it's like 15 years old. I said I got a good deal on it.
Yeah.
It's a Honda, all right? It's going to last me forever.
Now, I can't tell if this thing is just like gold painted or if it's like chromed, And like the other thing about it being all gold is I worry about like this stuff just like chipping itself to hell, and just that's that,
Yeah.
It's certainly not a set that it looks like you could actually mess around with and feel comfortable with.
That Razor Claw, King Lion, as they call it, looks like such a hazard, just like Planet X's Swoop. Remember how fucking awfully sharp he was?
That was my favorite thing that I ever had. I'm like, and I got a prototype of the new one, and it was just like a bunch of knives taped together.
For those, this was the Shattered Cast stage. Those down to know, Justin sent us in a private chat. Like, yeah, I got a prototype of the new one, and he had me go.
It's like 4 steak knives taped together.
He literally duct taped 4 steak knives. He's like, yeah, it's their snarl.
That thing was
like,
awful to handle.
I'm like, that's horrible. But then I'm like, fucking genius.
Makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense, son of a bitch. So yeah, so that's gold and loud and obnoxious. It's like, if you buy this, you might as well start, dusting, taking off the dust of your old UFC affliction shirts.
Yes, I agree.
And then just calling everyone a bro, even if they're a woman, What's up, bro? What's going on, bro? Bro, did you see that fight? Killer. But yeah, what do you think about this, Rich? Are you in, man? Are you down to be that guy? Talk about what a great deal you got on it.
I was thinking until you said all that a great place to display him would be in the passenger seat of my new Honda. But I think I'm going to pass.
It's a Ridgeline.
The gold figures I appreciate when they do, like, for the repaints, like Newage does it. When they do it for those characters who were in, like, the Golden Lagoon. They did, like, the Beachcomber with, like, the gold replacement hand, because in the episode he just, like, dips his hand in. I think that's a neat little, homage to the old series.
We know all about the gold figures that Newage does because Matt gets them all.
Every single one of them.
There you go.
He's like, if this thing costs $600, fucking add to cart. What's up? PayPal credit.
What do you mean I need to pay this back?
I'll just use Lisa's card. That's it. This does look... I mean, I didn't know about the hands combining. I think the set looks beautiful in its original color scheme. At first I was like, why is Thor, like, basically mostly colored in black? Because he's the pants. So that's the legs, and so it makes sense. But this just looks fucking loud, man.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like, are they trying to capture that what would they call those lucky draws?
I think so. Has to be.
Yeah.
It just has to be. Yeah.
And thinking of has to be, TFCon LA is on its way.
It is.
So of course, this sponsor, the Chosen Prime, has released their exclusive Fans Hobby Bossman. The repaint we didn't need, but at least one of us wants. Who the fuck wants this?
Me.
Oh.
I want this so bad.
Yeah, I think I'm in too.
It does look good. It does look good. I joke like, I don't think it has enough blue on it.
Yeah.
But it looks fucking great, man. It looks like those European G2 figures that never made it here. Or Blur was a headmaster. It wasn't a shitty Titans Return figure. I think it looks awesome.
Yep. I don't even know which Turbo Master this is supposed to be, if I'm honest with you, because I just don't even know them that well. But like, I love the color scheme. I was telling Rich earlier that I am just a big fan of the RX-7, and so I think this is one of Fans Hobby's better molds. So I think I'm in. So yeah, it hits all the right buttons for me.
I mean, we all remember the calamity that was Minerva, and how she was a little worse for wear. But as they kept reusing his base mold for the other headmasters, they tightened it up, and it was really good.
I actually wish they would go back and re-release her, like a version 2 of her.
Yeah.
I would probably buy her again just because I like the character enough, and I like the mold, and frankly, the first one is so bad the way things hold together, and every other release was so good, So, I don't know. I'd like to see it personally. I'm sure it won't happen, but I'd like to see it.
I have her also, and I think they could have done better with her.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. Go ahead, Rich.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, I think this is just Turbo Master Boss. I think that's his name.
Is that his name? Okay.
I think the exclusive looks like it's Bossman, but I think the real one is just Boss. Turbo Master Boss.
Oh, but he's a headmaster. Clever. Well played, Fans Hobby. Well played. But yeah, I think it looks good. All the blue really works. The red accents with the windshield works out really good too. as well as the, I guess, hot pink.
Well, that's
Makes
the
it-
whole Turbo Master thing, right? They all have that ridiculously garish colors.
Oh, but this is like it works so well.
I feel like if this is something that goes over well with the fans, like this could be like fans' hobbies, kind of like testing the water to see, like, well, do we make a Rotor Storm? Like, yes, please, someone make a good Rotor Storm. Like, absolutely, would love to see him get some kind of love.
Oh, they answered my question too. Is I was like, because I'm looking at the box art and that car's got that hunk of shit hanging in front of it. And I'm
Turbo
like,
Master
God,
Turbo thing.
It's fucking. It's a little intimidating. And I'm just like, imagine pulling up to a stoplight. You're like, vroom, vroom, yeah, I've got this new Challenger. You look over, and there's that. And the guy's looking at you. She winks. As your wife gets up from his lap. He's like, you want to race?
Hey, bro.
And then Justin's like, you want to go, bro? I got a proton pack.
It plays Nickelback.
The light turns green. They both go out. They slam the pedal to the floor. And as they're driving, the engine roars. Justin just mumbles up, look at this proton pack. Every time it looks, makes me sad.
And the guy's like, crashes his car right into the guardrail. I'm like, I'll win.
Thank you, Nickelback. And then he pops up from your back seat while those other band members are still gagged and tied. You're welcome, bro. It's all about the science of the song. You want me to sing the hero song from Spider-Man? And you're like, no.
I don't.
No, I don't.
I have never wanted something so little in my life.
He's like, you got it. This world is a hero. Meanwhile, the lead singer of Saliva, who was also on that song, is on the corner asking for spare change because click, click, boom, it just ain't doing it for them anymore. Oh, they're from Florida. I used to hate hearing that. I'm like, hey, what's the name of this band? They're from Gainesville. Is that their name? No, but they're from Gainesville. Okay, so what's their name? They're from Gainesville.
We know. But what's their name?
Got that the first 6 times. And then one guy's like, yeah, they're called Saliva. I'm like, okay, well, that's a fucking dumb name. Moving on. Speaking of fucking dumb, kidding. The Dinobot war rages on with Magic Square Slag. Unless you live in England, his name is Slug.
Yeah. Or Spastic. Isn't that offensive over there, too? I think it's offensive over there.
So, now we've had Newage do the Dinobots, which I think are still overpriced. Even if
we've only seen one. We've only seen Grimlock and like 8 repaints of him because Newage doesn't know how to put anything out without repainting it a trillion times.
But my beef is you want damn near $90 for a 5-inch tall Transformer. I don't think you're no longer in the realm of Legends class. I think you're basically doing your own deluxe class figures.
Yeah, but you're kind of not wrong.
But I do like the extra accessories you get. So it's like, you're paying $30 for a deluxe class figure, and then you're getting extra sets of hands, sometimes an extra head, a fucking flight stand, right? Didn't the Seekers come with that? I don't fucking know. Rich, did the Seekers come with a flight stand?
They did, and they joined
Rich,
together.
Justin.
Oh, fuck you. Maybe I changed my name to Rich while you were busy talking
your name's
so
not
long.
Rich. You're the one who's sitting there masturbates ferociously to Nickelback. Man,
True.
I miss these guys.
It's
Proton pack running sound effects. Rich.
They did.
Ah.
I have one of the Seekers. I dabble in Legends. I haven't committed, but I haven't stopped.
You're not alone, my friend. I have a Sunstorm that has looser hips than Shakira.
Are they?
Those hips don't lie.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, this prototype image, I think it's a CAD render. I really do. Unless it's a really, really shiny prototype.
Yeah, I think it's a render too.
I think it looks good.
Or were you not asking me, Oscar? I'm sorry.
I am asking you.
Don't want to step on any toes here.
That's right. You remember who I am, okay? I'm the host of the Ozone version 2. Who the fuck are you besides the guy that pays the bills here? Oh, hey.
And post your exclusive content, dick.
But I think this is really neat, really clean.
Yeah, I think it looks good. So it's going to be in the typical New Age style that is not my forte, but I know many members out there of this podcast seem to love the Magic Square style and don't mind that plastic that I feel like needs a little bit of extra finish. But, everybody has their own tastes and preferences. So,
it's funny. Every time you mention that, I look at my Magic Square Stonicon set and I die a little inside. Mm-hmm. Because it's like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Then I look over and I'm like, no, he's not wrong.
Uh-huh. The thing is like, and I said this to our private chat, like, I feel like this is some kind of calculated move by Magic Square. And granted, I think both Magic Square and New Age both love to take shots at each other. But I'm like, really? Your first entry for the Dinobots was Slag? Like, that just seems weird, right? Like,
yeah. Yeah, are you fans' toys?
Was that? I know. I mean, that's true, right? They did it too.
Holy
so
crap!
I mean,
shots fired from the guest.
I know.
Clearly hates fans' toys.
So the only thing that I can say with fans' toys is I think they to me they went with Slag first because they kind of anticipated this goes with your MP Grimlock, and like, we want to show you how good this thing is that we make you need to get our Grimlock in the end, right? Like,
yeah.
So that's the leeway I give fans toys. I felt a little surprised here that they did Slag. I'm like, are they just trying to maybe get someone to pick up this and not feel like they need to get the New Age version? Like, that's totally a possibility. Try to cut them off at the knee. The other thing that kind of occurred to me, that's a big thing, right? It's like just to try to pull those sales away from New Age, but who knows? I mean, they both play this game with each other, so it's not like this is in any way, shape, or form something new that one or two of these companies are doing. They both try to screw each other at every corner, which is a little disappointing. Like, I almost wish they would just do something else completely.
They really strike me as that couple of friends you have in high school that are just absolute assholes to each other, and you just want to be like, just hurry up and fuck, man. Yeah. Just get it out of your system.
Just get it done.
Come on. Get it done.
We all know that the sexual tension is palpable. Like, just do it. So, yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, bud.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, do we have a price on this one yet? I wonder if Magic Square is going to kind of slip in and say, yeah, look at
$120. No, I don't know, really.
Oh, I was gonna say, I wonder if they're gonna try and slip in at like a lower price point. Like, yeah, here's Slag.
That wouldn't surprise me either.
That'd be some shit, because remember, that's what X-Transbots did with their breakdown. It's like, oh, hey, Dad, check out my breakdown, guys. You want your fans to check it out? $40.
Yeah.
This ain't a typo. We like our customers.
We like them so much that we're going to make the price of everything else later more expensive.
Will they gradually increase, and then all 5 robots are released? Oh, you want the trailer to Fort Menasor? $229.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Because we love you.
We love you. Long time. We love your wallets more.
That was kind of racist, Justin. I'm surprised.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of Jesus Christ, New Age fires back at Magic Square Slag with their rendition of Sludge, the dumbest Autobot to ever grace. Now,
I want to point out, I applaud New Age, and for absolutely no reason, that they went with Sludge, because I feel like Sludge is the Dinobot that everybody's like, we'll do him last. Like, I feel like nobody ever does Sludge so quick, and then they're like, yeah, it'll be number 2. I'm like, okay, see what you're doing here.
It really sucks, because this was like the Dinobot I was most excited for the Hasbro Studio Series line, because he should be, by correlation of scale, the biggest Dinobot.
He should.
The Brachiosaur. Crimson Raptor will correct me if I get the dinosaur name wrong.
Yeah, he's a Brontosaurus, and if that exists anymore, like, I don't even know.
No, it doesn't exists. Technically. Like,
it does. It doesn't. Whatever. Some paleontologist out there is like, everything's been discovered. I must go and change the discovery. So, whatever.
So they're doing this guy. I wonder how he's going to scale with their Grimlock, because it doesn't make sense to have Grimlock be the biggest one. It just fucking doesn't. So, like, and that really bothered me with that. Remember the Toy World Dinobot set?
Mm-hmm.
They're the one that I think they started the trend of them all combining.
Yeah.
Which was fucking dumb. And now it's like everywhere.
Yeah. I think in the end that this guy is probably, if I had to guess, Newage is just going to make him the same scale as the other Dinobots. And I kind of don't want to see that. Like, I'd like to see some variation on the size and make them a little bit more dynamic looking.
Yeah.
But I doubt it's going to happen. I think he's just going to be the same size as Grimlock ultimately, which means he's going to be a small Brontosaurus or Brachiosaurus or whatever the hell he is now.
And I'm so glad they're doing the cartoon eyes from the fucking animated film.
Mm-hmm. I know Robert. I think it's Robert loves them.
2 seconds of that film, but no, it's so iconic.
It is. It's the only accessory you can include with him. So.
Idiots in the groups. They're like, yeah, it's such an iconic scene. It was 2 seconds.
Yeah. Newage needs to include some flame effects because so often the Dinobots shot fire out their mouths. Like, I think they need some fire effects instead of like cartoon eyes.
In the case of Sludge, how about some like earthquake effects? You know, little.
Oh, that'd be cool. I'd be down with that.
Up because he would smash the ground. Remember, like that was his thing. Yeah, Sludge, and he fucking bam.
Yeah.
You know, like,
or like an effect for like his tail swinging. You know, something like that.
Yeah,
anything cool would look.
God.
Anything like that would be pretty cool.
Damn it. So, Rich, are you aware that we recently exposed American retailers on third-party Transformers on this show recently?
Yeah, with the Show Z store and
Magic Square's own store. How some places like Big Bad Toy Store or the Chosen Prime are selling that Grimlock for like $120, $130. And then you go to the Newage website, it's like $70.
Did you hear about it's the Omega Supreme and like how he's like, I think it's like
$270 something
on BBTS. He's $339.
Oh my god!
And let's see, the Chosen Prime. Why did he have him here? Let's see, on Chosen Prime, nope. Newage. He is, come on, load faster. $249 on Chosen Prime. So that's $100 difference. And then Show Z. Let's see, Newage. Let's find it on here. And this is what I just don't understand how these pricings work. Show Z store. They say the full price is unknown, but I've heard that it's like one something on there is the speculated price. Like, so how is there like like less than or almost half the price from the most expensive retailer to the overseas counterpart? Like, what the hell?
I don't know, man. There's got to be some sort of tomfoolery. Rich, do you have any thoughts on this?
A little. Actually, when you guys talked about that, I had recently bought the Newage Skyfire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I bought him from, I want to say Busby. Maybe it was Show Z store. I'd have to go back and look. But when I saw his price, actually, so I was at TFCon Chicago, and I was at the Toy Dojo booth, and I saw him. They had one out of the box. I was like, oh my god, that looks fantastic. And I was talking to Eddie from Toy Dojo, and he's like, yeah, it's so nice. And he was like, I don't know if it's $180 nice. And I was like, wait, what? Like, excuse me, like masterpiece price? What? And I was like, well, I'm not interested in this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was shopping around online, and I saw there's no way that this price is right. He was like 75 or 80 or 78 or something. And so I ordered him and couldn't believe it. And that's when I started kind of looking at that. And then you guys talked about it on the episode, and it's like, what is going on here?
Yeah, it's very strange.
It's Newage, it's Magic Square, it's the Legend stuff especially.
Yeah.
It's very bizarre.
It is. It's a little jarring. Like, I don't know if there's an import tax they have to pay. That's why they're trying to juice it up, or they're pulling the whole "we're the only game in town" card,
mm-hmm.
Or one of the only games in town. So I don't know where I stand on this. I've done business with the Chosen Prime for years now.
Yep, me too. I really like their service. I have
Yes.
no quarrels with Brandon. You know, like I like
Or
the
his
speed
wife,
they get stuff in.
Kimberly. She's very attentive to the inquisitive email private messages you can send them if you have a question about a pre-order or an order that was put in, whatever. Like they're very quick and prompt to reply to you. But this, when this happened, like, it was our knee-jerk reaction. We're like, what the fuck? We're never buying from them again,
Yeah.
But
I will say, the one knock I have is that I had the DNA upgrade set for my Legacy or whatever Motormaster on pre-order with them, and I didn't realize that my credit card had expired. Well, I knew it expired, but I didn't realize I didn't update it on Chosen Prime, and so I got the email that was like, your payment's processing. So I'm like, okay. And then like the next day, it was like, your order's been canceled. I'm like, wait, why was my order canceled? And I'm like, oh, because my card was expired. Like they didn't say like we had trouble processing your order. They just flat out canceled it. And I was like, well, I updated it. Could I get it back? Like, no, sorry, we don't do that. And I was like, huh. It just seems like a strange thing to do. Like you would think that would just be like, hey, update your payment in 2 days or we're just going to cancel this order. Yeah, so, oh well, I guess I'm not getting that upgrade set. They're like, yeah, we're out of them now. I'm like, oh, okay. Thanks.
Oh, I got mine in my stash. I mean...
Yeah, I don't know if I care. I don't even like the Legacy Madness.
Really want it. I could sell it to you and get my money back. I mean...
we'll see. I don't know if I care about it that much, if I'm honest.
I saved your Christmas with that Crasher.
You did.
Maybe
all the children rejoiced.
Crasher saves Christmas.
Uh-huh.
Fuck those kids, Crasher, Decepticon.
Is this true?
Yeah, all right, so go ahead.
Hey, before we move on from these two Legends figures, I have a question for you guys. So,
no, we're not at that part of the show yet. Get the hell out of here.
Oh, man.
No, what's your question?
Don't get the hell out of here. Do not sign off, Richard, again. Everyone, he signed off when we first started the show because Justin was joking with him, and he was like, I'm so sorry, you guys, I mean to insult you, and he signed off.
Mm-hmm.
It was really awkward. I sent him a dick pic. Now I'm blocked on Facebook. And then Justin showed him what was called the Chipotle surprise. Now he's blocked on Facebook.
This is true.
It was really
this is a true story.
Robert D had from his diaberburculitis or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Chipotle.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your question? Shut up, Justin.
So personally, I kind of like the Dinobots being the same size relatively in robot mode.
Mm-hmm.
For scale, which kind of makes their Dinobot or their Dino modes kind of fall where they will. And you guys were just talking, the Sludge should be bigger, right? So Magic Square and Newage don't always. Some of their stuff fits together well, but not always. So if Magic Square comes in at a reasonable price, but they're bigger and they look good together, finish-wise, would you consider mixing and matching?
I just be in on a Magic Square, man.
Yeah, for me, no, I still wouldn't. So, but I totally get that. For me, I just would not be in on that still. So, I mean, the finish would have to be like absolutely identical because for a lot of it, like even if you had like Newage decided or Magic Square decided they're gonna give the chromey gold bits and all that stuff, it's like something's gonna be different. The grays are gonna be different or whatever. So. For me personally, no, I still wouldn't be in on it, but I could see where people would. So,
yeah, people like me that are smart and you're stupid.
I know, I get it, I understand.
We would be in because it would look great.
Yeah.
With our 3 other Legends class figures, 2 of them are Soundwave, by the way. And one of them's a Sunstorm with Shakira hips.
They're small and mighty.
You know what is small and mighty? This Dr. Wu that makes a Prime so small, it'll fit inside your Legends Prime trailer. I'm so glad you guys decided to invest in this stupid line. The last time we talked about these, by the way, Rich, I had a drive-by happen in the house behind me.
It's true. True story.
I remember that. Didn't you drop off the podcast?
I sure did. Because my wife was a little freaked out.
As we all would be.
But yeah, I'm making sure that's why I'm like very, very cautious as to what I say because it's like if I'm too hard on it, someone's getting killed tonight.
Yeah, it's Dr. Wu. He heard you.
You a piece of shit, rock you.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is getting ridiculous now, collectors. Why the fuck do you want something so small? And I need to hear something else besides because it looks great with my Titan Class figures.
Uh-huh. So I will say that this particular, I did not expect to like these, and I think Robert brought them to Bobby's the one year, and I messed with most of these like little micro Transformers. I'm like, these are fucking cool, and I almost went in on all of them until I was like, oh, this is gonna cost me like $200. I don't really want to go in on all these now, but like they're legitimately cool little toys. Go ahead.
Like if you look at picture 06A.
Mm-hmm.
He literally is posing him going at a fucking core class minicon from the Hasbro line.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they're tiny, and they're super cool. They're the Power Glide. I forget what else they had. Sea Spray. Like they're all super cool. But it's just like it's too much to get in on. I might be in on this Prime though, just because he's cool. I feel like he's the kind of thing that I would get one of and I'd be happy, and I don't need any more from this line except maybe if they do a Jazz, then I'd be on too. But yeah,
you know, I was actually supporting Jazz in Rise of the Beasts.
No, fuck him.
Wow,
Yeah.
racist.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there we go. They're doing. Look at reissue photo 06H. It's another homage to that fucking animated film that no one can fucking seem to let go. It's him jumping up, blasting.
H. Where is this? I don't see it.
It's there.
Oh, there's 6I. Why can't they just number these like 1 through whatever? Why do they have to be named like weird things that I can't find?
I was wondering it too. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, B, C.
Uh-huh. I don't know. I can't find it. So
It keeps it separate from his
I'm just going to
porn.
assume Oscar's lying and move about my life. So.
Oh, fuck you.
I see the 6H. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you see, it's that same pose from every fucking goddamn. Oh, you know what? I'm so glad I kind of weaned myself off the fans-made stop-motion movies. Because if I got to hear another half-wit fucking voice actor go, one shall stand, one shall fall, one more time.
The worst part about that every single time is that like they're just never as good as the original time. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
And they had the guy who originally voiced it back in the 80s voice it again in the first Transformers film, and it didn't hold up either.
Mm-hmm.
So fucking stop. Guy with his freaking Xbox game headset that he uses to record voiceover work because he drags a quilt over his head.
Mm-hmm.
Genius, by the way. But whatever. So, moving on to Hasbro Official. Rich, I congratulate you for moving on with us, lasting this long.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with all of Justin's verbal abuse.
Mm-hmm. An
He's
asshole.
horrible.
What was that, Rich?
He's horrible.
I am horrible.
It's okay.
I've turned him way down on the volume, so.
Yeah, me too. I turned myself down.
I turned you down like a bed sheet.
Mm-hmm.
So-
Listeners actually think that sometimes there's something wrong with my mic. No, I just turned myself down.
On purpose. He trolls the other 5 listeners like you, Rich.
I know that
On
nobody
purpose.
wants to hear what I have to say, so I just turned it down. I'm
Before
like,
we
oh,
do
here
every
goes this
show-
guy again. He's still talking.
Before we do every show, Rich, he comes to me and goes, Oscar. I'm like, yes, Justin. He's like, I'm going to fuck with the listeners again. I'm like, don't do it. They're good people. And he goes, no, man. Fuck the listeners. They abandon us.
Uh-huh.
And he'll fuck with his audio levels.
That's right.
Fuck all 5 of them.
This is true. This is true.
5 of them. So, speaking of fuck all 5 of them, Rise of the Beast takes a crack at making worse combiners than the Energon line. That is a statement and a half to make.
I felt that I was a genius when I came up with that title. I was like, oh my god, that's the title.
Holy crap. So, sorry, fatigue setting. Sorry about that, Justin. I thought this was a troll post when I first saw this on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, that's funny. They would never really make Optimus Primal merge with an alligator, which was the original Megatron figure from the Beast War toy line.
Uh-huh.
They wouldn't do that. That makes no sense. No, they did it.
Uh-huh.
They fucking did it. So not only do we have a gaudy-ass gorilla mode, we now have an alligator mode that basically it's from the fucking Cyberverse fucking toy line deals that they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you basically rip this thing open in half, which by the way should be considered animal cruelty, and you dump it on Optimus Prime's head, Primal's head.
And just like the little alligator's wiener, the combiner head sticks out. Right between the legs there. Well placed.
Yeah, look at him. Look at that dong.
That head forms the head, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Rich.
And then I just love that someone designed this and they're like, what do we do with the legs? They're like, angle them up like shoulder pads. That worked perfect.
Like a samurai.
Mm-hmm.
But a beast. So, Rich, we need to know your thoughts and why you're in on this.
Well, you know that combined head kind of looks like Robo Bear Bill from Thundercats. Remember him?
I do not. He said the same thing to me. I'm like, no, I don't remember.
It's a horrific creation. I am Lionel.
Yeah, that's
Stop using me to clean your crotch. What's the problem, Robo Bear? I'm out of toilet paper. No, stop. You poop from the front. No. Thunder. Thunder. Thunder Chipotle. Ah! No, so yeah, it does look like a goddamn Thundercat has decided to sit on top of Optimus Primal's head.
Mm-hmm. And it's like so bad, like it's not even like you integrate the top half of Primal into the bottom of this combiner. Like it's legit looks like he's wearing like something on his head. Like that's all. Like there's a full, like the shoulders and everything are there. Like that's his arms. It's these low hanging shoulders. Like at least the Energon combiners, like you like split the legs and then like flipped out like a hands where the feet were and all this shit. Like no, this is a guy wearing a alligator headdress.
Optimus Primal was in the swamp.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly gets attacked by a Predacon. He goes, not so fast, Predacon scum, and picks up a random alligator.
Let me stick my head up his ass.
And then shoves his head up its rectum and is like, no, you'll see, you stop me with my fucking super armor. And the Predacon's like, oh my god, dude, you just killed that animal. Ha-ha! Justice!
Give me your ass.
Yeah. Give me your ass at your face. Kill them all.
What I think is even better, though. What I think is better is the next link. Please.
Oh, no, so which, by the way, because I said kill them all. Fun fact from the Caravan of Garbage from Mr. Sunday Movies on his thing on Transformers. Peter Cullen admitted he didn't like saying all those nasty things as Optimus Prime, like kill them all. Mm-hmm. Or give me your face. But because his agent was like, dude, these checks are clearing, you need to say that. He said it. Mm-hmm. So your hero has a price, and it was met. Mm-hmm. Ergo, why you have Peter Cullen saying kill them all or threatening to kill 2 human people in the beginning of Age of Extinction. So,
yes.
Yeah, champion him now. Like you do Stan Lee. The next link. Let's look at the next link.
God, I can't wait.
Ew. What the is that a horse? No, that's a panther.
It's a panther. He's taking Ravage and he's stuck his head up his ass.
Oh no, Optimus Primal, look out. Bumblebee, a Predacon. Not so fast. It's it open. Come get me, Predacon scum. Aha!
This is similarly amazing.
And the yellow is like the membrane of the panther's like pelvis hair. It's like bladder sack. And it's not even a mask. It's like, come get me, Predacon scum. And Predacon's like, oh, you guys are fucked up.
What I love is that you have like the combined Bumblebee. Like, so they kept the Bumblebee head as opposed to the Optimus that they like just threw some kind of face on there. They're like, nope, this is still Bumblebee. And like he's got this like horribly paint mismatched head, and it's like comically oversized for this tiny body that it's on. It's like watching a little kid in a Halloween costume, like dressed up as Bumblebee with like a ridiculously large mask on. Oh,
this
so
face
good.
sculpt looks like he's got like a crazy straw in his mouth. and it's like the intestines.
Uh-huh.
So Bumblebee is literally eating shit while he fights Predacons.
Uh-huh.
Not so fast. No. Protein.
And the panther hanging off his shoulder just looks like it's actually like dead, like some dead animal just lying there.
We should Photoshop a smaller panther in the background of this photo, and it being like, why did you kill my father? He's like, I had to stop the Predacons, kid, and he's delicious, by the way. And blah 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 blah.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Oh my god! Speaking of fucking that, we're gonna go veer off a little bit off topic. So I'm doing the Ozone again. It's gonna be on the All Hail Unicron network, right? Because I'm calling it that now. So we have more than one show.
Yeah. You should get that.
I am also working on a side project. I have the Last Spot Standing comic series. It is absolute shit.
Mm-hmm.
I want someone to explain to me the poetry in that story. It is garbage. Such fucking garbage. I can't believe there are people praising it going, it's one of the best ways to really just send off the transform. No, it's not. It's a fucking horrible way. Oh.
I don't even know what you're talking about, Oscar.
Oh my god, dude, I don't want to, but it's like so poorly done, so poorly fucking. And the 6 of you listening, talk about the Last Spot Standing so he could read it in the comments on Friday.
Okay.
Holy crap!
Well,
So, Rich, tell us why you're in on this and why you just hit pre-order on the Chosen Prime to get this set.
I'm in on this because it happens in the movie. Bumblebee legit.
Whoa!
Shoves
Spoilers,
up.
everybody.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, sorry, spoilers.
Bumblebee butchers an endangered animal for the sake of armor.
It turns out that this is how Mirage came to be, too. They just killed Jazz and stuck his car parts all over him.
Right.
So.
I want to drink his oil, guys. I want to drink his oil. We're one forever, Jazz. Scooby-Bop.
I might wait for the MPM version of this combiner, though.
Oh, my God. That'd be amazing.
You imagine it's like they upscale this exact figure to like 7 or 8 inches tall. And
well, Hasbro has done that before, so I wouldn't even put it past them. Remember, they took those Legends figures and they just like upscaled them and like added like a ball joint for the shoulder or something like that.
Oh my god, dude! Didn't they do that for the Power of the Primes? No. They did that for Transformers Prime Beast Hunters.
Mm-hmm.
They were doing that for the fucking Abominus set they had.
Yep. They just upscaled them.
They never finished it, did they?
They never did. No, they only did. Who was it? Cutthroat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad.
One other one.
Cinder Twin, I think, was the other one.
Yeah, I think you're right. That was it.
Well, holy crap! Yeah, I could totally see them doing that and going, man, these guys are gonna buy this shit so bad. Let's do it. Let's do a live stream, everybody. Transformer Tuesday. Hasbro Pulse on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hasbro Pulse.
Mm-hmm.
God, this is absolute trash. I can't believe you're in on this, Rich. I think you're wasting your money, bud.
Well, you know, we all got our vices.
He's like, I just kicked meth, so I'm gonna buy this stuff. Speaking of stuff,
it's this or meth.
And I'm going with this because I say no to drugs.
Uh-huh.
It's like, you know, I keep veering off this stuff, but I'm gonna say it anyway. So, you know, your abstract comedy. If you remember Tim and Eric's awesome show, Great Job on Adult Swim back in the day, they have this anti-drug commercial where it's like you go to the roller skink. And it's like, I say no to drugs because I like roller skate. I say no to drugs. And this grown-ass man pops up. I say no to unplanned pregnancies. Oh, God. That's what that reminded me of. But moving on, for something else, Robert can drop $1,000 on because he did that with the RoboSyn Optimus Prime. It is a RoboSyn G1 Bumblebee. This looks like shit.
Now that he has that Prime and he has that trailer, like, you need a Bumblebee to go in the trailer, right? So
this looks like garbage. Holy crap! This looks fucking horrible.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Does this thing transform? I can't even tell. Like, it vaguely kind of looks like Bumblebee, and it vaguely looks like it could transform, but I don't know about this.
It looks like a bad Dreamwave design.
Yeah, I can see that.
So it says here, it's good to remark that this seems to be a non-transforming figure, but a self-articulating action figure.
Yeah, so it's just gonna be one of those robot. It's gonna be the robot. It's gonna do all the fun stuff that
the
Robosen Prime does
comments.
without it actually transforming.
The first comment by Illiterate Scholar, also Rich's pseudonym on the TFW boards. Oh, it's not transforming. No wonder it looks so good.
Mm-hmm. Does it look good? Does it really? I don't think it looks good. I think you're fooling yourself if you think it looks good. I'm gonna throw it out there, but you might need glasses.
Kind of looks like that old Dreamwave Pat Lee art. Everything was kind of puffy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Dreamwave comics. That's what I meant. When everyone had huge fucking boots.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can find some. There's a lot of comments. I don't want to read the entire thing. Oh, this is going to be better. Is this going to be cheaper than Netflix be? Cloud Balloon wrote, and Zoo replied, probably. Not surprised this can't transform. Optimus transformation scheme is super simple, relatively speaking. But Bumblebee is a bit harder, mainly due to proportions. If they did pull it off, it would be an engineering marvel. Let's not invest money in curing cancer. Let's make sure we can get this Bumblebee to turn into a Volkswagen Bug.
Yes, that's the most important thing that you could hope for. So
there's a wishful thinking wrote, a bit of a letdown after Optimus for sure. And then Alpha Omega, Tryon Supreme. I fucking hate fans sometimes when they do shit like that. Okay, that's a dumb fucking screen name. Replied with, at least it could stand in bot mode.
Maybe.
Of course it can. It doesn't need like 200 servos to keep it fucking stable.
You don't know that. You do not know that. For all you know, this thing is just a mock-up, and that without, like, if this thing does self-articulate, like they're saying it does and all that stuff, you have no clue if this thing is able to stand in bot mode until you get it home, and then you're going to find out that it doesn't. Whoops. And, yeah, that's the end of that. So
it looks like it's on a stand where it's being propped up. So
yeah. I was just going to say the same thing. It's on the stands. They're very good. It could be propped up. Yeah, exactly.
It's on Robosen's first invention, the Roomba.
In fact, I wonder if that Robosen thing, like, could it be like a like one of those key chargers, and it just, like, you could stick it on there, and it will charge through his feet, and so you could just keep it, quote-unquote, plugged in that way, but when the power goes out, it's just going to hit the floor. Quite possibly.
It's very possible.
Yeah, this is something.
I do have that Robosen Prime, and that it is very disappointing that it just kind of falls over.
Oh, I didn't know you had that. Interesting.
Yeah, it was kind of an impulse buy at TFCon Chicago. They had them on sale, and I was like, okay, I'm getting this.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I will say it's a very, like, it's a novelty thing. You get it, and you're like, man, this is really cool. You play with it a little bit, and then you're like, okay,
we're good.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And if I wanted to take the time to learn all the programming, maybe it would be cooler, but
maybe I did know you had that. I can't remember. Life is so challenging to remember everything.
You know what helps me remember? Pictures. And a picture's worth 1,000 words, Justin. And an Optimus is worth 1,000 repaints.
Is this true?
And here's our first look at the hottest Optimus Prime ever made. A canon Transformers crossover, Nemesis Prime. Ooh.
It looks so bad. It looks
like
unbelievably bad.
shit.
It doesn't even, like, the camera looks great. The camera is fantastic, but Optimus looks stupid as shit. Like, I don't know. Who's getting this? Who's getting this? Is like, this is my Optimus Prime. This is what I've always wanted.
It's time to play the game. In the comments.
Are you getting this?
Watermelon Spectacles 1 writes, I just want the Dark Spark. Rich,
is that his?
Are you in on?
Is that
are
his
you in on
Matrix
this?
in there?
Why did you just pre-order this?
I pre-ordered all the repaints. No, I'm not in on this. I don't know.
Just for the record,
Reflector
everyone
makes a little bit of sense, but it still looks bad.
that fucking big old lens coming out of his fucking chest like a tumor.
Yeah.
You know?
It doesn't do anything, right? It
Nope.
doesn't. It's not even like a mini digital camera. It's just a chunk of plastic. They could have done so much better with this.
It is not good. I can't believe that this is so bad. It's just unbelievably bad.
Oh.
Here we go. The original reflector looked good.
Here's what TFW board member Akhtar says. This is such a brilliant mold. I would have bought this if I didn't already have the reflector. The colors work so well.
God,
yeah,
people.
The attachment. That looks like shit.
I just opened that too.
Yeah. Oh, Lincoln Park Irony wrote, "Oh God damn it, fine."
It's sad to me that there's people out there who still think they need to buy absolutely every toy, whether you like it or not. I don't know. It's weird.
Must be nice that these are the same people that bitch because the eggs have shot up to like $7 for a dozen. You know, This is fucking absurd. I'm not paying this much for a dozen eggs. Let me get this pre-order in for this $500 Nikeon Prime crossover, and done, paid for. Okay, yeah, feeling good. Yeah, I guess I'm eating ramen this week again.
This is true. Oh, man.
Lamatron writes, "Oh, Takara-san, should we release MP Cliff? No! Nemesis camera!"
That's about right.
Oh, God, this is such a travesty. Up next, Legacy Pants.
Legacy Pants it is.
So, we just talked about this. Now, Rich, why are you in on the Legacy Armada Optimus Prime?
Oh, I'm so not in on this.
Let me tell you what I love most about this. I love the I'm polluting the air fucking smoke accessories that he's got. It's just so good. They're just like, yes, perfect.
That's like, for someone who drove a truck for over 10 years, when you see black smoke billow out of a truck's exhaust stack like this, it's because they blew a turbo, most likely. So it's like buying a broken truck and still driving it around like it's brand new. Like, you know, yeah, it's good. You know, whatever, it's good. I'm not going to lie. So I'm not a big Armada fan, like I said earlier in the show. I'm looking at this already in the vehicle mode. I see the fists for the shirt phase of the Armada Prime, right? Then I look at the trailer. I never owned the original Armada Prime. So there's a big old gun sticking out the front. So I don't know if that was a regular thing or that was just improved upon, in air quotes. And then the actual figure doesn't look that bad, but I liked it better when it was the Bendy Prime. Remember that, Justin?
I remember Bendy Prime.
That was pretty good. I like the Bendy Prime. But that's not enough to make me want in on it.
You're a bad fan, Oscar.
I am. I am not a real I'll say it. I'm not a big Transformers fan when it comes to shit like this. You could take 1,000 photos of him posed any way you want. It still looks like he has a skirt on. There he is next to Hotshot.
Yep.
See what I mean, Rich? Look at the inside of that foot. You could literally stick a Spider-Man head in there from a Marvel Legend. Fill it up. Give it some weight.
I told Justin before that I can't wait for their ultimate crossover, which will be with Ego, so they can truly make something with waffles.
This is amazing.
And have it justified.
Num, num, num. So, oh my God, I want to... You know you're a Transformer fan if you remember the infamous Jam. I love Jam from Hotshot fan comic someone did because they photoshopped. I love Jam. Why do shoulders hurt? I love Jam. Of course I did that with him the moment I unpacked him and I was like, I love shoulders hurt bad. So he's big. At least there's that, right? He's not just Voyager. Is he Voyager scale? I don't know. Yeah, he's about Voyager. He's like almost a head taller than the Voyager Starscream from the line. But tell me there's photos of him. There he is next to Scourge, and that Scourge looks bigger. More action shots. There he is with the Galaxy Prime. Man, that's one Siege figure I kind of missed, was having that one. Come on, let's see him with attachments. Yeah, we get it. Oh my God.
The only thing I really hope for, though, I'm hopeful someone does it, Fans Hobby or official. Someone make a damn red alert so I can just complete my Atari PlayStation 2 Transformers Armada cast, and I can be happy. I just want red alert to go along with Hotshot and Prime, and I'm good. I don't need anything else.
So the Super Optimus Prime, I guess his head's on a ball joint of some kind. So I guess that's good. And there he is with Minicons plugged into him. There he is fighting Menasor. So he's as big as Menasor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming. No, he's a couple of heads smaller than Menasor. So he's not that. He's still smaller than Jetfire, but he's taller than Motormaster or Rodimus Prime. So he's like, I guess, leader class size, like old school leader class size.
Man, that Rodimus is overcompensating on those whatever they are.
Hand cannons, yeah. The exhaust ports. Yeah.
The exhaust pipes on his arm.
Yeah, he
got. I never realized that.
Yeah, little penis.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, wow. This is gonna hit $100 price point.
I assume he's commander class.
Yeah, that's what I think he will be.
Oh yeah, there it is, commander.
But yep, that is. That's something, that's for sure.
So I had the Armada leader class Optimus, and one thing I'll say is that was a $50 figure, probably about the same size.
Okay.
But if you remember the gimmick was you put batteries in the trailer, and when you transformed Optimus into the combined mode, the cab into the combined mode, the trailer opened up and made the pants or the skirt.
That is correct.
So it had electronics, and it had a couple Minicon ports where things popped out on springs, and I think it had a missile that fired. And it came with a Minicon.
Yeah.
And this has none of that.
None. But you'll pay more than that, though, because parts. The hands open on this, so you're paying for that.
Oh.
It's back to the engine of vengeance again.
Yeah.
It's the perks that don't come unless it's fully backed, but people will use that as a valid reason to pay such an absurd amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that is. I know you're in on this, Rich, and I understand. He's buying everything we're talking about, Justin. This is crazy.
I know. I keep telling him not to, but he does. I don't understand.
Wait a second. Look at 046. Kind of near the end there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 from the end, where he's doing the Iron Man pose, punching the ground.
Of course, yeah. That looks like shit. Okay.
Check out the Minicon on his shoulder, the red car. Look at the back wheel; it's missing. Good job, Hasbro.
I gotta see.
Won't fit because of the wheel. Take it off, Steve. Jesus, I think of everything.
Just like, it's fine. We don't care if it looks like crap. Just the wheel fell off our toy. Just put it on anyway.
Yeah,
slap it on his shoulder.
Come on, Roy. You won't let it go that I messed up on the engine of vengeance and put that extra and put a 3 instead of a fucking 1 on the car. God damn it, Steve, idiot. I love this Iron Man pose. I use that term lightly because it looks like he's really struggling to get up. He's like, oh, my knees. Oh.
This is actually old age
so
Prime.
It's hard to hold anything.
Where's my life alert? I need my life alert.
Oh,
All
man.
right, so moving on. Chugsterpiece Trainbot.
That's Chugsterpiece because it's most definitely not a masterpiece.
So, I've seen the combined mode on this guy. Not impressed. Goddamn disgusting. There he is. He scales about as well as the Armada Overload figure.
The only thing I can continue to say is the trains look great. Like you flat out nailed the trains, but everything else looks so bad it's not even funny.
You know where the trains lost me? Is the wheelbases don't match. So if you put the pieces of the track together, the rails are not lined up at all.
Really? That's amazing.
Whoa.
If you look at the picture, I don't know what picture is this. 22 ends in 22. Sorry, not 22. Way off.
That is absolutely amazing attention to detail, Hasbro. Congratulations.
They nailed it.
Yeah, it's the one where they show the two trains upside down connecting to show that they connect. You can see that the wheels on the one on the right are far narrower than the one on the left. And there's somewhere in one of the old posts they showed the two pieces of track next to each other, and the rails don't even match. Like,
wow.
why?
Very nice, Hasbro. Takara, whoever.
This thing was doomed from the start.
Yeah.
Their first foray into doing an MP scale combiner after it's been done. I mean, they could just take the engineering tricks of the other companies. What are they going to do? Sell them? Like fucking sue them? You know?
I've actually wondered why Hasbro hasn't just like done that. Just like, oh yeah, thanks for making this for us.
Thanks for the blueprints, loser.
Just to see, like, what do they do? They can't do anything.
What are
You're gonna sue them? I don't know.
The second to last picture is particularly awesome too, because it's MP, right? MPM.
And it scales with an Armada leader class.
Put it with everything.
Oh my god. Like there's animated, there's an Armada. Oh my god.
There's a Revenge of the Fallen guy in there.
Yep. And it's like, man, this looks good. I'm so glad I have this.
Yeah, who decided to take this picture? This is weird.
It's right in with Masterpiece.
That is a very strange decision on their part. I cannot even pretend to understand what the deal is here.
I don't think I'd ever use this term to describe a Takara Masterpiece figure, but this whole set of Trainbots have been coyote ugly, man. Like, you really want to gnaw off one of your limbs because you purchased all these. So, yeah, Rich, how do you fight the feeling to do that, Rich? You're in on all these. You said you just got this in.
I'm just glutton for punishment, I guess. Yeah, you know, I need them to stand next to my Zeta Moon Studio so it can look even better.
Oh, that inferior set? Jesus. Hey, in your Matt Baldwin voice, Rich, just say 20-pound Chipotle coming up.
20-pound Chipotle coming up.
Beautiful.
You go fix this attitude, Lisa. Anyway. Oh, what a day. So, build a Buffy Optimus Prime.
Yep.
This is cute for kids.
This is like
gonna retail for like $90.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you hate your kids, but
yeah. I like how this is also an Optimus that I'm not even convinced it transforms. It's like you have to put it. You know what this is? Oh my god! It just occurred to me. This is Hasbro telling your children to build their own damn toys.
We notice here at Hasbro that the fans have been very critical of our releases. So we have the Build a Buddy Optimus Prime here. And we would like the fans to indulge us and have their stupid kids build
it. We've recently gotten in trouble for child labor things, and we just thought that we could package it as an experience for your children.
My colleague is correct. This is an experience for your child, your very stupid child.
Did we say stupid? We meant highly intelligent.
Fucking idiots is what they are. Buy our stock. Come on, we're dwindling here. We're down to $30 a share. It's less than GameStop, and they're closing. No, so this is a good gift for a child, and when that child asks you, "Daddy, why did you give this to me?" It's that moment you lean in close, and you run your hand through that child's hair, and you go, "'Cause I know you're not really mine, and your mom's a whore."
Because I hate you.
Build the fucking robot, Jeffrey. Stop eating the neighbors.
Yeah, this is true.
Okay, so looks like we're down to our discussion area. Justin, do we have a question to answer on the show with our good guest, Rich?
Let me find one. I'm sure we can find one.
So, Rich, kindly explain to the other 5 listeners why you're in on the Build a Buddy Optimus Prime.
I don't have
All right.
anything else to spend my $99 on.
He's sharing the screen with us, listeners. We're seeing him pre-order.
It's insane. I've never seen someone spend more money in the course of like an hour. Anyway, except Matt. I have seen Matt. But anyway.
You mean Lisa?
Okay. Shh! Shut up, man. That's our secret. Anyway, so hold on. Since I have to read a question, I need to clear my throat here. One of our 2 listeners writes in and says, "Hello. I personally feel like the red robots except disguise line would be a great place for Hasbro to give us some of the non-Transformer characters and or accessories to go with our collections, since the focus of the RED line is not converting. For example, maybe a Spike and Sparkplug 2-pack that includes a handful of that thing from that episode accessories, or a Lord Chumley and his butler and a bunch of his trophies and or traps from that episode where he tries to capture Optimus." That is a long run-on sentence, listener. Or perhaps some of those weird alien characters from Season 3. Are there any characters, accessories, props, etc. that the AHU case cast would like to see Hasbro produce in the red line, or perhaps outside of that line as an accessory pack through Generations Selects? Thank you for the time, and thank you for the podcast. Rich H. I hope we didn't offend him. I hope he comes back. And he also follows up, "By the way, I sent this while listening to episode 28, but just before you guys started actually talking about the RED line, so you answered some of my questions already, Rich." So, Rich, would you like to answer Rich's question?
Man, that guy can't write.
Yeah, he's terrible.
I mean, I got it on good authority. This guy teaches English.
Yeah, he buys everything, too. So.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, he does. Yeah, the robots accept disguise line. A friend of mine came up with that. It's perfect.
It is true.
Yeah, so I was thinking about it, and like that Super 7 Ultimates has that Alligatorcon, that Optimus alligator from that, I think it's City of Steel episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where they rebuild his parts into an Alligatorcon, and I thought that would be something perfect that the red line is something perfect where Hasbro could do some of those things, like a Quintesson. We don't need a Quintesson to transform.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, well, I mean, clearly we do. He needs to turn into a jail. Oscar's a big fan of this.
I love the fact that someone rebuilt a destroyed Optimus Prime that's clearly a truck, and someone in that group was like, "Hey, hold up, man. Hold up. We can make this truck an alligator." And someone else was like, "Yeah, dude, that's fucking brilliant, Bob." "I know, man. Thanks, bro."
Mm-hmm.
The problem is nobody picked up on the fact that Optimus Primal was supposed to find that and shove it on his head.
Yeah. Get up here. I'm going to fight so many Predacons with you drooped over my body, lifeless.
Yep.
So I think if they were, they'd probably do the same thing, man. Honestly, Rich, I think they would with those characters. The human characters would be like Marvel Legends, you know? They probably have some of the articulation. If not, they would limit it a little bit. I think they would either be actual Marvel Legends scale, which is like 6 inches, or they would probably go the 3.75 route. You know, because you don't want a Spike Witwicky. Which, by the way, fucking shit, man. Like, at least that's the one thing they did right in the movie was rename the main character Sam Witwicky from the comics and not Spike Witwicky.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it would work if you had a Spike Witwicky figure that's scaled with their Optimus from the RED line. You know? It'd be like really hard to be like, "Optimus, are you okay?" "No, Spike. Holy crap, you're a giant." "Yeah." I said Enoch Chuck, and I grew like, "Oh no, I'm growing again." No, now he's a 12-inch special Marvel Legends.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's. I think it would be that. I think it would be like a 3.75, like 2-pack type of deal with the characters you mentioned, Spike and his dad, the guy and his manservant. You know, they're obviously not going to make figures from the Carbomia episode. They shouldn't. No.
Oh yeah, I mean they should.
He's up there baldwin. They're not going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's America, man. We do what we want. All time. All time. But yeah, I think it would be cool to have a little Spike Witwicky, you know, the old school. And I don't know what the fuck he did for a living in that show. I just knew he wore a hard hat and had big old yellow boots on.
I think that was always ambiguous. They episode 1 they worked on like an oil rig or something like that.
Do you think like Sparkplug's coworkers were like, man, we should probably get that Spike kid off the deck? And they're like, no, it's
wasn't
okay,
he? I don't think in the show he was old enough to drive or anything like that, and like that's why like Bumblebee was driving. I specifically remember an episode where he gets like pulled over by the cops or something like that. He's like, I'm not driving.
It's like, hold on, it gets better. It's like, just look at him. He's just clicking away at that control panel. It's all right, Bob. We disabled that months ago. He hasn't fucking noticed yet. Don't you know that Sparkplug and his wife are first cousins? Oh, like the Folgers commercial, except they're not brother and sister and gross.
Uh-huh.
But they're first cousins, so it's not weird if you know, something comes out accidentally. I like the idea that a coworker disabled this control panel, and they tell Sparkplug, he's like, thanks guys, my kid's kind of a fucking dumbass.
He's kind of a special
Hey
one.
Spike, come here, work this control panel. Okay, Dad. How you talking robot? No.
Yeah.
Good times. Good times had by all.
So personally, for me to answer this question that this listener that I hope still listens asked, I think the red line, so I don't want to see like Spike and Sparkplug. I think that they scale horribly. I'd actually like to see them in like a G.I. Joe line. I think that'd be kind of fun to put them in that scale. But I think it is a perfect opportunity for like that non-transforming Ravage. It's 100% a great opportunity for the Quintessons, who I'm surprised that they decided to make a jail versus a non-transforming figure.
That is so stupid that they did that. Oh my God.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to think what else. Like, it'd definitely be a good place to have those, like, you know, that accessory or that from that one scene. I'd love to see like some of that stuff. I don't know who I would want them to put out. I always thought that red is a great line for those characters that just don't translate well to a transforming figure. You know, Prime RC is a perfect example of that type of figure that it's just, you know, it's hard to make a transforming motorcycle like that. So having her actually be that just very, you know, sleek robot, like it works perfect for that. I think like maybe like an actual G1 RC. I don't know. Did they do that? Maybe they did that, but like that would be a good use of the red line. Yeah, that's the type of stuff that I think they should focus on personally. You know, and then you could throw in those accessories, 'cause I do think that's a good place for it. Trying to think what else would be like really good. Nightbird would be a great one. What'd you say, Oscar?
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay, so I am back.
Yes. Oscar pausing the show on all of us.
Yeah. Okay, so I saw Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Did it leave you satisfied with your
It
character?
did not. Besides the fact that it dawned on me in the new Creed movie, starring Michael B. Jordan, it's going to be Killmonger versus Cang. This is played by the same actor. I don't know, man. Like, it just there was no charm there. You know, and this is what I was worried about when they finally did the whole Endgame thing, and you know, great movie, made billions. It just was lacking so much.
Yeah.
As charming as Paul Rudd was, there was no more I felt like there was no more chemistry between him and Michael Douglas, especially him and the lady who plays his girlfriend. I forget her name. She plays Hope Van Dyne. And then, of course, there's the original Janet, played by Michelle Pfeiffer. Like, she felt really cagey in this film, not really explaining the world they're in. And then, like, my first thought, like, when they get and fucking spoilers for like the worst Marvel movie released since Eternals. Yeah, it's saying something, right?
Yeah, I saw it too, by the way. So I'm
So
following
like
everything you're saying.
they go to the quantum realm, and like in the last movie when he went there, see Michelle Pfeiffer show up. Like you knew he was gonna find her, right? Because it's all Marvel. It's all about happy endings. Seeing Michelle Pfeiffer show up, be like, okay. In this movie, they go there, and suddenly there's civilizations, there's cities, buildings that are sentient, right? And it's like, holy crap, how did he not bump into any of that in the last movie?
Right.
You know, like how was this all avoided? Because it's not just like, you know, oh, it's him. It's like he literally was in the quantum realm when Hank Pym showed up there to pick her up. Like he was already ruling. You know, there was a rebellion. How was there no sign of this? This feels like a really forced fucking story for a Marvel film. And they're really trying to build up Cang as like the new, like I never was a fan of fucking Cang in the comic books. I always thought
he's always
fucking annoying.
Been like a pointless character to me. So
you know, like even when the Avengers had their own cartoon show, I tried checking it out, and they made him seem so fucking OP. It just was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you took the most unappealing villain and make him the focal point in phase fucking 30 or whatever this is called. When it's like you have Doctor Doom now. Why are you not making plans for having Doctor Doom be your big bad?
Mm-hmm.
You know, a guy who in several issues in the comics throughout over the years has proved to be a really fucking valuable threat.
Yeah.
But
and interesting too.
Yeah.
As
like,
far as the character goes.
Yeah, especially when his origin comes into play. It's really fucking interesting. Like you really don't know if he's really just like this tyrant or, you know, he might seem like a tyrant when you're on the outside looking in, but when you live, you know, you see these stories about Latveria, it's like he's kind of taking care of his people, you know?
Yep.
He's just, the moment someone tries to get smart with him, he's like, no, fuck this, Doom is, you know, this is Doom, bah, kills them and then makes an example of them, you know? And it's like, I'm not saying that's the right thing to fucking do, let's make that clear. But Ant-Man Quantumania was just, I don't know, man, like, it really felt a lot of like, you know, that friend of yours that gets a puppy,
mm-hmm.
and then the puppy's past the cute stage, and now it's 100+ pound fucking beast, and they're like, it's still a baby. No, it fucking isn't. If you can't tell its turd from a human turd, it's not a baby anymore. And that movie just, I don't know, man, like, the kudos, the one thing I will give credit to, because I was like, I'm watching this film, like, I know there's going to be a big fight. In the commercials, they showed Ant-Man like, oh, I don't need to win, we both just need to lose, right? Nice little one-liner there. Like, I know for a fact I haven't seen Ant-Man really fight somebody, not like Sam Wilson or Bucky, you know, or fucking Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like relishing the moment he was getting his ass handed to him
mm-hmm.
by Cang the Conqueror, because he was fucking him up. Like, he's talking and you know what I'm talking about, Rich. He like, bop, 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 hits him down. Like, hey, man, I'll give you a chance to leave, bro. And then he gets up, hits him up, bop, 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 bop. Yeah, I would have let you sit there and catch up and watch your daughter grow up, you know, but you being a bitch. You know, and then he has a scene where he's like holding his face up, trying to shove his face into the fucking core battery thing. And all you see is this monster bicep on Cang the Conqueror in front of fucking Paul Rudd's face. It's like, wow, motherfucker works out. Shit. You know, but it's just, I don't know, man. Like, it just wasn't there. I'm not amped. I'm not hyped for Cang. I was never a fan of Cang. Like, I was a fan of Thanos. I was a big fan of Thanos since Infinity Gauntlet back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, there is no upping the Monty. Like, you just introduced your main bad guy to me. You know, like Thanos was a slow burn. It was like post-credit sting. And then Guardians of the Galaxy, he wasn't a pivotal part in the film, but he was there. You got to peek
there's
at
a
him.
build up to him. You
know, the big bad was scared of him. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, come on, man. Like, and then here's Cang. He was better executed in Loki, but again, it's too much. You know, it was just too much fucking exposure in Loki.
Yeah, I almost feel like yeah, it's hard to go from Thanos to like any other, like anything, you know, like
really, you could really transition well into Doctor Doom with Thanos.
Yeah, I mean,
you really
sure.
fucking can.
I mean, yeah, I mean it takes, but Doctor Doom's a more compelling villain too than Kang. But I still just feel like even then it's like Thanos almost feels like the actual like end game tier in a lot of cases. So.
Yeah, pun intended, right? Because of the movie, but he does see it. It feels like you're watching that first TV show.
Yeah.
Like I've been watching Charmed 2018 with the wife. Because when I was younger, I watched the original Charmed with Shannon Doherty and Alyssa Milano, right? And I liked the show. So I was like, oh, let's check out the reboot, right? It's not bad. But season 1, like, they went balls to the wall on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was the first season. Like, we gotta make this explosive to make them, then not just the fans, but the network want to see a season 2, you know? And then season 2 is just fucking boring as shit. Jesus Christ. It's just getting good now. But it's like, with Thanos, it was like, okay, we're doing this experiment, and this storyline has been years in the making.
Yeah.
Now this Kang storyline is being rushed by comparison, and they're going to end it with Secret Wars, which doesn't make sense to me. Again, like, you have plenty of opportunity to introduce Doctor Doom.
Yeah, I think someone steering the ship at Marvel thinks that they can't really do too much wrong, and like clearly, a lot of what they've been doing anymore, like what was it? They did Eternals. That was a flop. Wasn't Shang-Chi? Wasn't he that a flop too? That didn't go so well.
Yeah, like critically, it was celebrated critically, but financially, it was basically a bust.
Yeah, so just like like I feel like they're trending in the wrong direction anymore.
And as much as I liked Multiverse of Madness with Doctor Strange, and it was nice seeing Sam Raimi helm a Marvel project again. Mm-hmm. It just, to me, it didn't the one thing I hated about the movie was the remnants of that great story arc with Thanos and the Infinity Saga was gone after that movie.
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
for sure.
That's it.
Yeah.
So and it sucks, man, because like I was really looking forward to this movie. It's like, all right, man, the fucking Marvel movie, yeah, let's do this, right? I remember like overreacting because Paul Rudd was going to be Ant-Man, and I was like, well, no one gives a shit about Ant-Man. He's only known for 2 things: 1, to change his size; 2, because he slapped his wife. Oh, but it's not that Ant-Man. It's Scott Lang, the thief. Okay, that Ant-Man's old now. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then fucking Bill Murray. Bill Murray's in this, and it's a horrible fucking cameo. Like, he did a better job in the Ghostbusters reboot. Like, fuck. Like, he seems like so over being there,
Yeah.
And like, I remember when I was seeing the promotional images and they showed Bill Murray's face, I was like, I'm sorry, is this one of the Doctor's incarnations from Doctor Who? Like,
yeah.
He just looked so fucking out of place, and MODOK looked fucking stupid.
I saw a picture of that.
It looks like someone learned how to do that effect on Adobe and just went ham with it the entire time that character was on screen.
That is certainly high praise that you guys are giving this movie.
No, it's not high praise.
10 out of 10. We'll be watching soon.
I will say that I think you nailed it with the 2 things really. One, the reveal and the buildup of Kang was just, it's not there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At all. And in fact, I don't know if, how many spoilers we can say here, but.
All right. This is a spoiler zone right now. So if you are going to watch Ant-Man, come back to this later. Because we're just going to say whatever the hell we want. And if you're going to bitch about it, we're probably not going to respond to comment anyway. So let's be fair.
I mean, I know one listener who's not going to bitch.
Yeah.
Matthew Baldwin.
Didn't see that one coming.
But at the end, they legitimately kill Kang.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Right.
And the only lead-in we get to Kang is coming back is, besides the actual Kang will return at the end of the credits, but is the fact that, it's the multiverse, so there's like 100 Kangs from different verses. So instead of this big bad scary who's slowly gathering a ridiculous amount of power, it's like, it's just we can just keep throwing this guy out there like a drone and
We can't snub
see
him
what
out.
sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he killed that one. Fine. There's 3 more. Try to deal with those.
We're
It doesn't
like
have that
Hasbro.
build up.
Kang is the new Hydra.
Down 3 more tickets, please.
Right.
It just. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Oscar, the other thing you mentioned was, and I didn't think about this till you said it. Like, yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer, Janet's down there for 30 years. Okay, I'll buy the story that she was kind of trying to hide that part. Like, I don't want to tell them because then they're gonna want to go back or something might happen. So, fine, she's trying to keep it quiet. But at the end of the second Ant-Man, Scott Lang gets stuck in the quantum realm, and all 3 of the people that were out there, poof. They get snapped by Thanos, right? So he's stuck in there for how long? An amount of time.
5 hours, I think it was. It equated to like 5 years.
Yeah, but there you go. So he's in the quantum realm for 5 years, where in this movie, they're in the quantum realm for 5 minutes and they find people. And he's in there for 5 years and finds nothing.
Yeah.
They pull him out of the quantum realm and he's like, oh, yeah, it's just like limbo. It's just, that's it.
And like,
you saw none of that other stuff?
And like they were there for days, dude. Right?
Yeah,
so time should have moved forward, but the plot device that is Kang's machines, they can make it so they're back seconds after they just left, so they're not losing that much time.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't. Oh man, like it's such a headache to hear it. Then you find out that Michelle Pfeiffer's character had a thing with Bill Murray's character, and
they're all fine with it.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, I had a thing with this other girl too, baby. Oh, forget her fucking name. Like, yeah, she wasn't you, honey. It's like, wow, fucking stupid. Like he cheated on you.
Yeah.
Murder him. No. But it's like, and the thing is, it's like, I believe Michelle Pfeiffer's character would have fighting ability. Because she was there for 30 years, so she had to learn to defend herself, right?
Right.
But you legit helped this guy come to power. And you're aware of the people living there. Wasn't it the first thing you fucking wanted to do when you got found again was tell your family, like, hey, I know I want a simple life. This is how selfish she was, right? That's why she didn't mention it, because she just wanted to be with her family. But it's like, hey, there's an entire civilization being repressed by this lunatic that I accidentally brought to power. We should do something. So that doesn't happen. It's more like, I was so happy to see you guys. And, Hope Van Dyne with her Jerry curl hairstyle. You can see the juice dripping off of it. Jesus. Like, everyone just looked rough in this movie, and it's like, I hope this is the last one. I really do. Like, they don't need to make a 4th Ant-Man. If they do, it better be focused on his kid becoming the new Goliath or whatever. But like, I don't, and there's like this scene where he near the end where he's approaching Kang, and Paul Rudd's a giant, which no longer affects him like it did in the last 2 movies that would make him like sleep for 7 days,
Yeah.
Like, he sat there, he's just like, Kang, we had a deal. Like, bro, you literally just met the guy like 15 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking to him like you had this whole thing worked out over months on end. Like, say something else like, hey, Kang, that offer you threw my way. Eat a penis. Let's fight, Like, do something like that. Don't come in with that. We had a deal, and you're mad.
I thought we were friends.
Yeah, I thought we were bros, bro. What the fuck? Come on, man. I shipped my part of the trade. Haha, joke's on you. I'm a scammer. But it's, like, it doesn't, I don't know, man. Like, it leaves me, like, so mind fucked.
Mm-hmm. It's
such a bad, like, addition to it. And I saw Wakanda Forever. I liked Wakanda Forever. Like, I thought it was pretty cool. I liked their rendition of Namor the Submariner, which is why when I heard about that movie coming out, I'm like, oh, cool, Namor. That's a Fantastic Four character.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, maybe we'll get Doctor Doom. Like, we'll have him be like the next guy that helps Namor invade Wakanda. No, it's Kang the Conqueror. You know, that guy that everyone's fighting to get a Marvel Legend from. They're not. Even when they released him, the comic book version of him, people aren't trying to scalp him for $30-$40. You know, it is what it is. This is a horrible version of Kang with a cape, which is dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Got to give him a cape. You know, and like the lines on his that would come down over his visor, they're now scars that go down his. I don't know. It's like he looks horrible as the Pharaoh. He looks horrible as a Mortis, and then there's another Kang, and then there's the Council of Kangs, and there's creatures out there that aren't even humanoid. They're Kangs, and that's the big thing. And I'm just like, oh my god, dude! Like this had better be good.
There's Kangs
This
everywhere.
better be good because you've lost 95% of your fucking cast that actually killed it in that movie franchise because their contracts went up. Mark Ruffalo's not coming back as the Hulk anytime soon. Chris Evans, shit. Fucking Robert Downey Jr., shit. You know, like freaking Chris Hemsworth is about to fucking. I think his shit's about to run out. You know.
I didn't know about Ruffalo. That sucks.
And it's like these are the movies that made me understand why character traits are changed a little. Because sometimes it works. Because the comic book Thor is nothing like the MCU Thor. Nothing at all. He is you could come across as petty, vindictive, angry, fucking, because he's king of Asgard now because Odin's dead for like the 20th time. Now he's in a hammer. They got this story build up they're going where Thanos gets, Thanos is the big bad again, which is, it's getting to the point where it's like the Shredder complex. If you watch TMNT, the original like 80s, 90s cartoons, fucking, it's like, oh my god, someone stole a bank. Must be the Shredder. Now it's like, oh, these important items are missing throughout the galaxy. Must be Thanos.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, they're playing this big arc where Thanos gets the Infinity Gems. He puts it on Mjolnir, and he's got this like gauntlet on his other hand that's made from, I think, the armor from Null, the symbiote god, and and then like the latest thing that has Marvel fans up in arms in Reddit is the fact that Stephen Yu, the guy who played Glenn, I think I'm saying his name wrong, but it's like Steven something. He played Glenn in The Walking Dead, and he voices Invincible. Might be playing Sentry in the MCU. So that whole race swap thing Insecure guys are bitching about is happening again, and they're freaking out because of that. So I don't know, man. Good luck to the MCU moving forward. I'm not going into another theater unless one of the guys from the original movies are going to be popping up. I mean, I love Tom Holland. I think he's a charming Peter Parker. If they lose him too, that's the word he's going, I'm not watching any more Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, that's a shame. Sorry to hear that was no good, but I'll still watch it at some point just so I can inform my own opinion. But it's not sounding.
My
good.
opinion is gospel, Justin.
I know it is.
Just like
Who
Rich's
am I?
credit card is gospel on every toy website out there.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, do I need this 30-pound Mr. Potato Head 1-to-1 scale replica for $45?
Yes, I do.
Add to cart. Insert Capital One. Cashback deals, baby. Quicksilver. It's in my wallet. So, Rich, we want to thank you for jumping on with us here today, man, and being our Matt Deluxe Baldwin on today's episode.
You weren't as offended about us not liking Hasbro as I would have liked, but
yeah,
it would suffice.
Well, I want to thank you for letting me come on.
And Joe S., we ain't forget about you. You're next, bud. And then we got to get our diehard from day one, our ride or die chick, Justin Lynette, on here. Which ought to be fucking interesting. He's one of the he's almost as smart as you, Justin. But his last name's Lynette.
I know. It's close.
Not Challenger.
I know.
Like yours.
Yeah.
That's your real last name.
It's true.
Facebook profile lies to everybody.
It does.
So, special shout-outs to our good friend Dustmightz for providing the beats for our theme song. Again, check out my video on the Ozone where we get Dustmightz to open up a little bit about growing up in Brooklyn and then moving to Jersey, but now he's a Jersey boy, and how, I finally found out what's the deal with that guy Roland Steele always takes pictures of. The guy's like his brother, and he still looks like he owes the deli in Bayonne, but that's okay. Be sure to check out our friends on of Collectors on their Facebook page, facebook.com/groups/Realm of Collectors, Realm. And for all of us that followed us from the Shattered Cast Uncut days, we are grateful to each and every one of you for joining us on this journey. On behalf of me, T2RX6, Matthew Deluxe Baldwin, Matthew Deluxe Baldwin's doppelganger, the infamous Robert D, and our new friend Richard, we want to tell you, add to cart, pre-order secured, put it on Richard's MasterCard. Have a nice day somewhere else.
Bye-bye.